What's up out there? It's Eric from Birdie Fever, and we're gonna do a what's in the bag for 2024. This was a highly anticipated video as well as a highly requested video. We have a lot in store for you today, and I wanna give you guys a thorough breakdown of my bag and what I use on the course. First thing we have here is the bag itself. So this is an OGIO wood bag. It's WOOD. And this is considered a cart bag. So basically it has a ton of pockets down the side. We got one big one that goes down there. You can put shoes in. We have this one that is like more for just kind of like everyday random stuff. And then we have this other one here that's at the bottom. So then you have this guy that zips up. You have another one that's a quick magnet for balls. And then you have a good front pocket. I keep like my beanies and some of my balls in the sleeves in that front one. Then we have like a soft pocket here, and then I use this pocket to keep halfway open for my OGIO towel. Basically, this is my main towel. It's an OGIO towel. We do have a link to that in our descriptions as well. So that's a really, really large towel. I'm actually gonna bust that out and show it to you. So this guy is huge. When it gets wet, I throw this one down on the seats in the cart, and it covers the entire seat in a cart. So this is an awesome microfiber towel. It's called a waffle style. So it has these little like waffly little grooves there, and it cleans really, really well. So we love this towel. And like I said, there's a link to the description, or link in the description rather. We have our Callaway ball grabber for when we hit a bunch of balls out of bounds in people's backyards, or when we put one in the water and it's easily retrievable. With this guy, it goes up to 16 feet. We love that thing. We do have a link to this in our videos, and so you can pick one of these up by just finding that link right in our YouTube videos. Second thing we got in the bag that's a standard is our Ba Light swing stick. So this guy is a swing stick that is weighted at the end just to give you a nice feel for what the lag should feel like in a swing before you play around. I like to swing this really 3 or 4 times right before I go off on the first tee, and it helps a lot to just feel that lag and feel the right pace. It's really, really good to do. I've heard that it's actually illegal to use that after you've started your round. I'm not sure about that. So if you know the rule on that, please leave the answer in the comments. We would like to know if that's a reality. I don't ever use it after I've started anyhow, but someone said you shouldn't carry that in your bag because you might get tempted to use it. And then I was like, what? And then I was like, you can't use it in the middle of a round? And they say, no, you can't use it in the middle of a round. So please, if you know the answer to that one, would be awesome if you could point me to the actual USGA rule for that. But I thought that was just super weird that somebody would mention that. I don't know if they were just messing with me to try to get in my head or whatever, but I didn't really care because I don't use it after I begin my round. So, all right, that brings us to our balls. So balls, these are the best balls I feel for me. So I'm not going to get into that debate, but this is the TP5X, and I use this ball from TaylorMade. It gets me what I need around the greens and what I need off the tee. So it is not the longest ball off the tee. I used to use Vice Pro Plus, and those balls are longer. The Titleist Pro V1 left dash are definitely longer. I think the Pro V1 is maybe like 2 to 3 yards longer than these, but definitely I don't feel like I get the best out of the ball. I've shot the lowest rounds consistently with the TP5X. Everything I've shot in the 70s. I've shot the 2 rounds that I've ever had under 70 were both with this ball, and it was like honestly a coincidence too. I wasn't even trying to use that ball back then. It was just like a ball I used that I found. It was actually the TP5X picks that had the little flags on it, little American flags. And so that was just a random one. I shot a 69 with that ball, and had the ball the whole time, and it was just coincidence. And I put that one up, with my keepsakes for the under 70 round, and then I never even put 2 and 2 together. And then one day I got a sleeve of these, and I hit them in a tournament, and I was like, wow. I'm like, all day everything went straight. Everything was, manageable. I felt like it landed like kind of soft. It didn't like jump off of greens, unless they're super hard like they are right now, and then I can't get anything to stop. But for the most part, when it's in season, the course is maintained and watered correctly, these guys do it for me. So, all right, I'm not a Titleist Pro V1 guy, but I will use them if somebody would like to give them to me or sponsor me. That brings us to tees. So I use a special tee called a Martini Tee Step Up. I'm going to come in here for you. And what this is basically, it is a Martini tee, which lots of people use. And you can find these at martinigolftees.com, which are always printed on their tees if they are authentic. What this tee does is it actually has this little notch right here that gets stopped by the ground. So I'm using the very same height on every single drive that I make. And so I can actually even adjust it slightly. So if I want to go like that fairway finder type of low, I can kind of just press it really hard into the ground just to make sure that it like stops all the way on the ground, which will get it a little bit lower than the face of the club. That'll get me to hit like pretty much like a low cut, low manageable cut that'll stay in the fairway and go about 260. If I want to tee it high and let it fly, I basically just push this thing in there, and then I wait till, I feel this guy kind of just tip that grass, and then, or just tip like the earth, and then I have it perfectly teed up each time. So love these guys. I used to use the non-step up tees from Martini, and they were great as well. But these are completely awesome, and no more excuses about tee height. So sometimes I'd come off the tee and be like, oh man, I didn't tee it up right. It wasn't teed up high enough, or low. It was too low, or blah, blah, blah. And then I did come to find that different tee heights do different things after I played for a couple of years. And now I definitely know that tee it low gets me one result, tee it high gets me another result. And then, use which one of those whenever you need to for wind purposes, or if you need to keep one in or whatever it is. But these guys get it done. So love these guys. Thank you, Martini Tees, for making these. They're awesome tees. We'd love it if you'd sponsor us, actually, and specifically me. So when I say us. All right, so that brings us to hats. So if you've ever watched any of our videos, you know that we pretty much only wear 2 types of hats. There's some, different types of videos that we made where we have other stuff on, but for the most part, we wear 2 types of hats, or 2 brands of hats rather. And so the one is our brand. So this is a Birdie Fever brand. This is what's called our Team Bird hat. You can find these guys at birdiefever.com exclusively right now, but they will be sold at Boise Ranch, our home course. The other type of hat that we have for sale on our website is called the Birdie Fever hat. And this one is for sale on our website as well at birdiefever.com. And it is a 7-panel type hat. It has the little bird on the side. And this one has like the laser holes or laser vents for you. And it's a really, really comfortable hat that we made. And we have these available in red, white, gray, and black. And then we have different thread colors as well on some of those. So we have like red, we have like white thread on black hat. And then we have, we have white thread on black hat. We have red hat with white thread and with black thread, just in case you want to do that. So yeah, those are the two types of hats that we have at the moment. Then we have different color variations of the Team Bird hat. The second type or brand that we have that we are always wearing is the Heartbeat brand. And so the Heartbeat brand is an awesome company founded by an awesome individual named Parker who started drawing on hats with the Lake Tahoe logo that he created with the Heartbeat or the EKG type of heartbeat pattern. And he actually was hand drawing those and put it up on his social media and got wild attention from it. And a lot of people wanted to purchase it. And that's how they started. And now they have 17 different lines of hats and counting. They have stuff as kind of far out there for us, like there's pickleball, there is camping. Basically anything that somebody's passionate about, they have a line for it, including a flag line or a Patriot line, which I like to buy hats from. So I have another hat that's got a flag on it. It's super awesome. We have a straw hat. That was actually in a video that we just filmed today. Coincidentally, you'll be seeing soon. But they have a straw hat with the Idaho logo on it. And most of their hats have a printed bill. So this one has a picture of, the trees and the mountains. And so there's lots of different stuff they have, but it's all catered towards the state or whatever the passion is that that the hat is of. And so they have multiple states. Their goal is to have every state soon. And so very, very awesome brand. They donate to charities, and there's lots of customization with the hats, and they're also super comfortable. So we love these guys. If you want to get yourself a Heartbeat brand hat or check out what they have at least, go to birdiefever.com, and at the very, very top of our website, there is a link that says the Heartbeat brand. If you use that link, you'll receive 15% off of whatever you buy. And also, there is a golf line. We liked the Idaho hats, and we liked the straw hat, and we liked the Patriot or the flag hat. So there is a golf line. It basically has the Heartbeat as well, and there's like a green with like a pin sticking out of it. And so if you want to check those out, those are also available on theheartbeatbrand.com. But if you go to it through our website, birdiefever.com, you will receive 15%. So make sure you hit birdiefever.com, click on the top of our website at the Heartbeat brand, and it's not too many extra steps to get you there, and you'll be right in and shopping like that. So that brings us to shirts. So most of the time in our videos, we're wearing two types of shirts. Our shirts, and there's a couple variations of those, and then we have iGolf shirts. So iGolf is an Idaho company that makes hats, shirts, towels, ball markers, and divot tools, as well as some other stuff. But we love their shirts, and they were nice enough to oblige us with a couple models of their shirt. So I'm wearing what's called the Hazards shirt. Every shirt has a name to it. This one is called the Hazards, and it has nice little lakes and trees and leaves and all kinds of things that you can get into trouble with around here in Idaho and around golf courses in general. I really like this shirt. There are some others that you'll see our guys wearing out there this year and even maybe in these videos. That's one type. The other type is our shirt. So you can get those at birdiefever.com. We have an entire shop that's built out there for you. We have different types of shirts. We have t-shirts, and we have like what we call our team polos. So they have like the BF here on the chest, the bird on the right sleeve, and then we have like Puma versions of those. So there's like the Puma logo here, the bird on the right sleeve, and then the BF on the chest. And then we have those in a mix of colors. We have red, white, black for right now. And then we're going to be bringing on some new colors very soon. And we have some new t-shirts coming as well as some sweatshirts, which we're really excited about those. Those will be here in a few weeks. All right. Now, what kind of golfer doesn't like shoes? So I am rocking the FootJoy Pro SLX carbon shoes this year. And these things are absolutely amazing. They feel great on my feet. They give me lots and lots of balance with the wide ball area of the shoe. And I have no problems walking. So even though I don't walk the course, I probably could in these shoes versus like what I was using before. I've never spent this much money on shoes in my life. So I'm really proud of these guys. They're guaranteed weather or waterproof for 2 years. I don't know really how that works, but they definitely advertise that with the shoes. Yeah, they just feel really, really great. They have really, really nice insoles too as well. And I really, really love the grip. Actually, let's see if I can show you here. They're not like super clean, but so there's like these kind of like these like fins, and then they have like more of like the turf toes. I do not like spikes, so I use spikeless shoes always. That brings us to glove. So I use a special glove. I've never really seen anyone else have. Don't know why, but I use a glove from Bionic. And Bionic makes a ton of different gloves for lots of different sports. But they do make golf gloves, and they're sold just about everywhere. They are sold at Dick's Sporting Goods, Golf Galaxy, and PGA Tour Superstore that I know of. I use all three of those stores on occasion. My glove is a Bionic Relax Fit. What that does for me is it gives me a relaxed grip and has these pads that are built in here for making sure that you feel that you have a grip on the club. That is really, really important for me, to feel that you just have presence on the club so that you don't squeeze. Because when someone that has played other sports comes to golf, sometimes they can't get over the squeezing part. But this glove, in combination with the grips that are on my club, actually help me to not squeeze. Once I had that combo, I always felt like I had the club in my hand unless it's raining. As long as it's not raining, this glove is a lifesaver for me and helps me to not grip the club so hard and get that 5 out of 10 grip that you want to have as a low handicap golfer. All right. And that brings us to rangefinder. So my rangefinder of choice is absolutely the BlueTees S3 or Series 3 Max. This rangefinder has done me so well over the last 2 years. Basically, I shoot accurate almost all the time. Other rangefinders, they come up with different distances, but I'm finding myself hitting pins and being pin high a lot of times. The rest is up to me, whether or not I'm on the pin or not. But as far as getting to the pin with the correct distance that I see here on the simulator, as well as a distance that I track on the range, I'm really, really close and accurate with this BlueTees Series 3 Max. Thank you to BlueTees for making this product and making all the other awesome products that you guys have. I am looking for an excellent mail day in the next few days for a product that I'll be doing a full review on or unboxing. So stay tuned for that. But this guy, to go over it, so you have your sensors here. You have your eyepiece here. You can turn the eyepiece to kind of like focus, whether long or short, kind of like a binocular. There's like your little power button or your shooting button. There's a mode button that you change the mode on, and that can change it from golf to other things. So I leave it on golf, which locks in your pin and shows you on the screen once you're looking down the eyepiece there that you've locked the flag. So another great thing is there's a switch here, so you can turn this on for slope, and you can turn it off for not slope. If you're in a tournament, you can't use slope when you are using rangefinders. So It's awesome. It has like kind of like a night vision effect as well. So if it's starting to get dark, the text through the eyepiece, it turns red, like lighted almost, like infrared kind of. And so it really helps you when you're like kind of playing during dusk, or if you're playing at dawn. This is a great thing. So it comes in 3 different colors. They now actually have a new version that has GPS built into it and uses the app on the phone. It's wild. You shoot a pin or you shoot from where you're at, and it basically tracks, like it can track like your drives with using GPS and track like your shot distances every time you shoot a pin. So that thing is wild. But BlueTees is really, really doing it big. We are very, very proud to honestly be an affiliate ambassador for them. I've been using their products since before we were ambassadors, but now I'm super proud that Birdie Fever is an ambassador for BlueTees. You can use the code Birdie Fever on the website, blueteesgolf.com, or you can hit their site from our page under affiliates or at the top of our navigation on our website at birdiefever.com, or you can hit it from the Instagram bio or the YouTube bio. So lots of places to find those links, but you will receive an amazing discount on all their products. And like I said, I'm going to be reviewing a nasty little product that they've made that is going to help us in tournament play. So I can't wait to get that one and unbox it for you soon. So that brings us to our divot tool. I have an iGolf divot tool. This guy you can pick up on idgolf.com. That's idgolf.com. And use the code BirdieFever and you'll get 15% off. Pretty awesome. It's got the design of the Idaho state on it, and it is machined right here in Idaho. Next up is our ball marker. Got a cool little story. So this guy, it's a coin that says, "You are awesome." And for all those out there that know what the chive is, it says making the world 10% happier on the other side. The chive is like this weird organization that it's too hard to explain essentially, but look it up. Bill Murray, the actor, is involved with it. He's just a very strange fellow, but a lot of people love him, including me. I'm not super all into the chive, but we did play a chive tournament one time and we won, and this was the prize. It's a chive challenge coin. I use this as my ball marker. It is nice and heavy, gives me a good look. All right, so this brings me to one of the optional things in the what's in the bag video, but it's always in my bag. And it's a product that's made by a company called G-Tech, and this is a electronic hand warmer with a lithium battery. Basically, inside this pouch, there is a lithium battery. There's a little zipper in here, and boom, you have yourself a nice big lithium battery. With this battery, you can charge this. I actually purchased an extra battery so that I always have 2 on deck and always have enough for even the longest of rounds. It has 3 different settings that you can set, all by pressing in this button. So you hold it to start it. It'll go to the middle, the hottest, then orange is the middle, and then green is like just kind of like warming you up a little bit. More like, it's still, I think the green setting is still slightly warmer than those little shake 'em up hand warmers that you have. I've tried to use those shake 'em hand warmers and they do not really work for me. On orange is where I like to keep it during cold days. It is plenty warm for me. And then if you're an absolute psychopath serial killer, you might want to consider using the red setting, because I'm sure if you were a psychopath, you would not mind your fingertips being burned off. This would be for like if you lived in Alaska, or if you're my wife. My wife uses it on red, so I don't know if she's a psychopath, but if I don't show up to one of these videos one day, you know what happened to me. Anyhow, this is the best thing that I have found invention-wise. This has enabled me to extend my season to basically play almost year-round here in Idaho, which is really ridiculous. There's many people who just quit and they do not even come out until around this time of year, like April. And this has been able to give me extension on the season. So thank you to G-Tech. We are also an ambassador for G-Tech as well. And so we don't have the site listed with G-Tech quite yet, but they are one of our affiliate program administrators. So we love this company. They also make heated vests, heated sweatshirts, and other products that you should check out. And we'll let you know. It'll be under our affiliates link on the top of our website, or it will have its own like name in the header that says like G-Tech Heated Apparel. Okay, so huge. Thank you so much, G-Tech. And go get yourself one of these. If you live in a cold area, you won't regret it, I promise. All right, so what you've all been waiting for, I assume, is what clubs are in my bag, right? Let's get it going. This year, I am going to be rocking the Callaway Jaws Raw. This is my 48. So I'm just using this as the example club, but I have it in 48, 52, 56, and 58. So I have 4 of these wedges, and they are all using a Project X LS or low spin shaft, as well as a Jumbo Max JMX Ultralight grip in size large. These are one step down from the grips that Bryson DeChambeau uses, but they are amazing. And like I said previously with the glove portion of this video, basically these grips allow me to not squeeze the club so hard. They allow me to have an actual golf grip, believe it or not, at that 5 out of 10 grip. Alex Elliott, the YouTube coach, will kind of tell you that 5 out of 10 is where you want to be as far as like how hard you can grip a club versus like not holding it at all where it would fall out of your hand. 5 out of 10 is where you want to be. And so this is what gives me, with the glove on my left hand, gives me what I need to feel to not squeeze and not feel like the club's going to fly out of my hand. So thank you very much to Jumbo Max for making these grips. I would love, love, love to be an ambassador for you. So if you're watching this video, Jumbo Max, I want to be your next ambassador. Let's do it. And that's my Jaws Raw family of wedges. 48, 52, 56, 58. That's the winning combo. Next up are my irons. My irons have not been changed in a couple of years. So we are going to go ahead and still rock the Callaway Maverick irons. So these are just the regular Maverick irons. There's like a Maverick Max, and I think there might even be another type of Maverick irons, but these are just the regular Mavericks. I have this in pitching wedge through 5-iron, and I also have the Project X low spin shafts, as well as the Jumbo Max JMX Ultralight grip in large. This is my pitching wedge. She's my baby. Anyhow, these guys are going to go for one more year, or at least the beginning of this season. So we're putting it in the video, but hopefully we will have a large enough channel to attract the attention from someone who makes irons. Maybe it starts with a C and ends with an Alloway. And maybe they would love to let me try a new set of AI smoke irons. Maybe. I don't know. But in any case, we're always ready to take on a trial of anything new. But however, these are what works for me. So I love Callaway. It shows in my bag. Every iron in the Maverick set, I believe, has been tuned downward in loft. I have it pitching wedge through 5, but it's really like 9 iron through 4. if that makes any sense. And then I use my 48 to kind of fill that gap, but the gap in my bag is around like 130. And that's the biggest gap in my bag is around 130. I have a little bit less and a little bit more with this P. But I don't find myself at that distance very often. I find myself much more in the 100 and in. So I need all these wedges in my bag in order to be the surgeon that I am around the greens. Ah! Ah! And that's my irons. All right. So that brings me to my woods. I don't use hybrids or any sort of trouble woods because, well, frankly, they're for baby back. I use real woods. So I use a 5-wood and a 3-wood. 5-wood is a triple diamond paradigm from last year. The reason why I went with the triple diamond was because I was able to adjust the tip, so I can change it however I want. So I've increased the loft on this one from 18 up 1 to 19, and then I set it on the draw setting, and this works best for me. That way I have this club to draw when no other club may draw. So if it's like super windy or whatever and I need a draw, this is the one I'm gonna pull out to get me like 250 with draw. And sometimes I can even hit it harder than that, but I can depend on it for 250 with draw. Then I have the big boy, which is also a triple diamond paradigm from last year, but this is what's called the 3+. So it means what it says. It's 3+. So I figured in my bag, I already got the 5-wood. It gets me like 250 to 260 when I smash it. And that's lofted up. So I want that club to land very softly and be very consistent and majorly have that draw so that I know that I can depend on that shape if I need it and distance at the same time. So what my thinking was okay, I'm going to get this 3+ because I want the furthest possible club from the ground that's not a driver. This club enables me to use a ball on the ground, and sometimes I can make this club work in optimal conditions about 300 yards. I know that's probably hard to believe. I would say that where I'm above average is probably these two clubs and driver, obviously, but some of the irons and stuff, I'm like kind of normal or just barely above average. But for some reason with the woods and the driver, I'm just well above average, and especially this one. So I can get this club. This guy is, I have it, the tip set to draw as well and standard. So it's just sitting at its normal loft at 13.5. And I regularly hit this club like 270 to 280. And then, like I said, if I really want to step into one, I can get to 300, 305 from the ground in optimal conditions. So we're talking about 75-degree plus weather, no wind, and firmish ground. So it's definitely an asset in my bag. I rarely pull it out, but when I need it, it's there, and it's made some pretty impressive shots over the last year. So there she is. That only leaves me with 2 spots left. So before I roll out this big center spot, I'm going to do the second place showcase. So this club in my bag is one of my favorite, and it has changed my game for the better over the last 4 months. So this club I did not have last year, as well as the other clubs. So all of these clubs I had at some point last year. The next two I did not. So this next club needs no introduction other than all of the previous videos that we've made where I drain some nasty putts. And you know it if you've been watching these videos. So without further ado, I will grab my lab putter. This is my lab putter, the second best club in my bag. So comes nice with this nice leather case from Lab with the double magnets. They always trip me out. They make a sound that sounds like a ball hitting a green. So I leave that open sometimes, and then eventually the gravity or the magnetization will work, and it'll hit at the same time. And I always think that there's a ball that hit the green, and it scares the crap out of me. So thanks for that, Lab. This is the Directed Force 2.1, or otherwise known as the DF 2.1. Since I purchased this putter in November, Lab was awesome enough to come out with a brand new model right after I purchased it in the DF3. However, I like this one, and I'm glad that I purchased this one. I don't really care about whether it's bigger or smaller. What I care about is draining putts, and this guy does the job. Hats off to Lab, a revolutionary device that has changed my game. I recommend everyone out there to go and check out Lab putters. They have them at PGA Tour Superstore for you to actually try out. The very first time that I tried this very putter, I hit a ball from about 20 feet to about 1 inch short, dead on line. Then I hit 3 more balls that all went in from the same distance. I hit 3 20-footers in a row after almost hitting 4. And I immediately took it to the checkout stand. Like there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so far I've been extremely happy with my purchase. I would love to become an ambassador for these guys one day. Thank you very much for making this technology. We're going to make this channel large enough one day to become a Lab golf ambassador and be able to test all their new stuff. The other part of this putter, I don't have a custom shaft on mine. This one was fresh off the rack, right? But one other thing about Lab putters is this grip that they use. So basically what this grip is it's a Lab golf grip, and it's called a press grip. This is press number 2 at 3 degrees. So what that does is that gives you forward press with the shaft going up into the grip at an angle instead of straight, so that you keep the ball rolling when you putt. Okay, so the face of the Lab putter doesn't allow it to open and close this way. It stays straight as you come back and straight as you go forward. And then this press grip doubles down and keeps your hands in front of the actual head of the club so that it rolls the ball without it bouncing or hopping as much as possible. Amazing combo. I've made so many putts with it. It's going to change my game. I'm definitely going low this year. Hopefully we make it to scratch, and it'll definitely be in large part to this putter right here. Boom. And now, what you've all been waiting for, what I have in this number 1 slot. It is the biggest hole in this bag, which you can assume is my driver. Yes, you are correct if you guess driver. Tell them what they've won. Absolutely nothing, because everybody knows that the driver goes right here. So this club was not supposed to be in my bag this year. Last year, I had the Paradigm from Callaway, and I thought it was a good driver overall, but I would always kind of like just lose one somewhere in a round. And I really didn't have too many rounds over the last year without just kind of like having these random drives that just go off the hole. And I mean, I'm sure that there's a large part of that is me, you know, almost all of it is me. However, I felt like the face of that club was not as forgiving as they led on. So sorry, Callaway. The Paradigm from last year was not the business. I thought it was, but it wasn't. I went on a hunt all throughout this new season since the PGA show happened and all the new drivers were out. I tested every driver. I tried the Wilson. I tried the Cobra. I tried the TaylorMade, which has 10 million commercials about it being forgiving and all this other stuff. The TaylorMade. I have no idea how anyone uses that club. When I tested that club, I was like, chung, chung, chung. Like, it was every way but straight. Sorry, TaylorMade. I love your balls. You can sponsor me with balls only. Hey, I'm flexible. I tried the Wilson. I tried the Cobra. I tried the TaylorMade. I tried the Ping. I tried the Titleist. I tried the PXG. I went to a PXG challenge and beat them with my Paradigm. So what I was on the search to beat, I beat the PXG with. So that wasn't good. I think that was all the ones that I tried. I think there was like 6 or 7. And none of them came close to this club right here. How many of you guessed the one that I didn't name? The Callaway Paradigm AI Smoke. Let's go. So this is the AI Smoke Max. This club has changed the way that I look at even driving the ball at this point. I will be forever picky now because of this club. I don't think I'm ever going to change from Callaway unless somebody can get me like a real fitting with a real manufacturer that can figure out what's exactly good for me, like all these other guys behind me here get to have. But as far as my own knowledge of fitting and working with, you know, people in stores, this club was unmatched. No club even came close to the dispersion that this has. So I wasn't really able to find in any of those other 6 drivers a driver that could beat my Paradigm. But this driver did. I didn't first believe it. I went to PGA Superstore. I hit it. And I hit like 5 balls. But I hit it with an X-Stiff shaft that they had and then a regular grip. I wasn't able to test it with my grip, and that was kind of important. So I said, I hit like 5 balls and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. Like, let's go bring our shaft back with our tip and our grip, and let's see what happens. So I go back, I bring my driver in, I hit a few shots, then I have the dude swap it to this head, and I hit a few shots, and I was like already impressed. But when we looked at the data, it looked close to the same. Like it was like, well, you know, it doesn't seem like it might be worth the money to spend on this new driver. $599 is a lot of money, and I wasn't really in the market for a new driver, but I just was like, I was searching because, like I said, I was just like every now and again, just a ball would just go completely off the map, like, and just I'd be shaking my head going like, how did that just happen? Well, guess what, guys? That is a thing of the past. This driver head and driver face, more specifically, is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not kidding you when I say I can hit it here, 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 I can hit it there. And aside from like all the normal things that would happen, like if I hit it here, it would go like straight and not very far, right? Same thing, straight, not very far. If I hit it here, if I hit it low, I still get like 260 with a bullet on the ground. If I hit it inside heel, which is a big miss of mine, or was a big miss of mine, and I don't know what happened, but this club doesn't do it. So something about the shape of this head or something changes it, because I'm using the same grip and the same shaft, and I'm hitting a lot less balls off of the low heel. I'm trying to hit the ball center face or just right of center to try to draw the ball or hit a straight ball with a little bit of draw spin. And I end up hitting the ball there a lot. So this is amazing. Something about the aerodynamics of it now, or whatever it is, the weighting has changed it where I don't have as many heel strikes, and that is amazing in itself. But it is so forgiving everyone on the face. Even when I miss out here, it just barely goes to the right of the fairway. If I miss here, it, gets me like a low cut like you would expect, but still on the hole, still 260 yards. When I hit it on the center, I mean, I've played one tournament with this thing so far, and I had a 382-yard drive. Now, mind you, this went down a hill where the landing zone was to the green, but it was 382 yards. I put it to 7 feet and made an eagle. This driver is incredibly straight for me, and it's literally made me a snob. There's no way that I will ever settle for a driver that doesn't do what this driver does. This guy is in the bag for 2024. The Paradigm AI Smoke by Callaway, and this is the max version. Thank you, Callaway, for making this driver. You're going to make me a better golfer. This, between the lab putter and this, which are pretty much the two additions from last year, I believe that I will go lower. 100% believe in my soul that I will be lower than I was last year, which was about 4.5. So we're going to go sub 4.5, and we are going to get to scratch this year before the end of 2024. Okay. Right here, right now, prediction, scratch golf. That means different things to different people. To me, it means that you are not getting handicap when you play. So if you are giving handicap, or you are not, at least not getting handicap. So I think that's somewhere down in like the 2 to 3 range. I think it's like the 2 range where you stop getting handicap. So I see a lot of people out there call themselves scratch golfers when they're in that like 2 to 1-ish 0 area. So I think 2 is where I consider scratch, and where we are going to go in 2024. Excalibur, be my strength. I'm so cheeseball, I know. With that last edition of the AI Smoke, that completes my bag for 2024. We thank you for watching this What's in My Bag with me, Eric, and we hope that you enjoy all of our videos in our library, as well as all the future ones to come. We are going to be making some amazing videos for you coming up. We have clear weather ahead. It's going to be right into the 60s and 70s right after this video. And so we have plenty of tournaments and match play action coming your way on Birdie Fever. Hit us up at birdiefever.com for exclusive merchandise. Hit us up on Instagram at Birdie Fever Golf, and hit us up on YouTube at Birdie Fever. Thanks for watching. You have a great one, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.